Well, AMC Scream Unseen has had some real losers. And last Monday night was Eli Roth's self-financed Ice Cream Man. This one melted before it even made it into the cone. And yeah, I flat out hated it.
I've always had a bit of a mixed relationship with Eli Roth. I admire that he's one of horror's biggest ambassadors and wears his love of grindhouse movies on his sleeve. And I can appreciate how he has gambled to self-finance this flick, as well as advocate for YouTube creators in horror. But I've always found his batting average to be mostly 2.5 stars, or way lower. I did actually had a blast with Thanksgiving. John Carver was a fun slasher villain, and Roth balanced the gore with enough dark humor to make the ride worthwhile. And though I'm not too into torture porn trilogy of Hostel, it had some interesting ideas. And I thought he did a pretty solid job directing Jack Black in the PG-rated The House with a Clock in Its Walls. This felt like a massive step backward in his production value and storytelling. The premise is around an evil ice cream truck, hungry kids, small-town paranoia. You could do something really twisted with that. Instead, the movie feels like somebody tossed the 1980 campy B-movie horror, The Children, in with a little Stephen King's It, and then he tossed in the possessed kids concept from Weapons into a blender, and forgot to add much of an original idea. The result is 90 minutes of lazy, recycled horror tropes covered in cheap fake blood. It's one thing to pay homage to grindhouse horror. It's another thing to photocopy somebody else's homework. The dialogue is painfully bad. The characters make one ridiculous decision after another. And whenever the movie runs out of ideas, it simply throws another bucket of gore left over from the Terrifier movie franchise at the screen. Shock without suspense, violence without tension, noise without scares. And that's what disappointed me the most. This isn't scary. It isn't funny. It isn't clever. It's just aggressively dumb, unfunny, loud, juvenile, and even a bit mean-spirited. There's almost no creativity in the setup. The kills are grisly for gorehounds only, no memorable set pieces, and certainly nothing approaching the inventiveness of the horror movies it's borrowing from. By the end, I was checking my watch and sighing, wishing I had 90 minutes of my life back.
So I'm landing at 1 star out of 5 on Letterboxd. For me, this wasn't a horror movie. It was a puddle of melted ideas and lazy storytelling. Cinema garbage. My advice? Skip the movie. Go buy yourself a real Baskin-Robbins ice cream double scoop cone instead. At least you'll leave with a sweeter ending than this movie delivered.